What's up, everyone? My name is Dr. Shaniqua Jones. Many have known me as the Olivia Pope of Education. Others also know me as God's Hooded Girl. And so I want to talk to you today about healthy boundaries. About a week or so ago, I shared on social media a 10 slide deck of what healthy boundaries consist of. Of course, they're my brand colors. Come on, brand colors, purple path, right? And so I'm also reading more in depth about childhood trauma and how it's showing up currently in my life, as well as how it helps me navigate a new journey of healing for myself as well as for the people I serve. And so I kind of want you to take this journey with me right now, and it won't take long. I won't take too much of your time. I know time is precious and we can't get time back. Shout out to those who are grieving. I know that might sound really unorthodox, but you're still here and you're still living, you're still thriving, and I'm speaking nothing but life to and in and over you. So, recently, I was challenged to speak up for myself. The little girl that was broken was showing up opposed to the woman God created me to be in these tumultuous times. Like, times are rough in terms of we are facing another recession. That's a whole nother discussion. Civil, social, racial unrest, the pandemic itself. We're still in the pandemic, the different nuances that are coming about, the uncertainty of it all, jobs, housing, uh, health inequities. Like, that's a real topic I want to get to soon. But when it comes down to like this whole idea where I was in my life just a few weeks ago, and maybe even currently, I know I'm not the only one that is trying to figure this thing called life out. And I have to say, if it wasn't for God, I would not be here. If you didn't know, recently, my mother transitioned September 2nd. My husband had a massive heart attack September 28th. And I feel like my whole world was turned upside down, stepped on, stumped, and I felt depleted. But I want us to take this like dive together as it relates to what healthy boundaries look like. And I think the very first thing we need to do is be able to define what healthy boundaries are. And so creating healthy boundaries can be an important step in living a balanced and healthy life. It is important to understand what our limits are and to make sure that we respect them. This can help us to have healthier relationships, improve our self confidence, and ensure that we have time and energy to devote to our own needs. So for me, without going any further, it's basically I've learned how to equate self love and self care, that they go hand in hand. And if I properly love myself, I then know how to properly love God, because if God is within me, then therefore I have to love myself. I have to trust myself. I have to believe in myself. I have to take those leaps of faith that may seem very challenging for others, but that's just where I'm at in my life. And so when we talk about these healthy boundaries, I want to give you 10 ways to create healthy boundaries. And so they are: one, be clear and direct about what you want and need. Like, we got to get to a point where we're concise. We got to be straightforward. We don't have to be rude. We don't have to be obnoxious, but we do need to let people know exactly what it is that you want and need, and vice versa. Like, reciprocity is a real thing, but the first place in doing that is being so in tune with who you are as a person, that you know what you need. Like, that self-assessment, that self-evaluation is something that's going to carry you from now until until eternity. And then the second one is respect yourself and others. You have to be very you have to do your due diligence to understand that the way you treat yourself is the way other people will treat you. And so if you feel like you're being mistreated, then you need to take a step back and take a look at how you're treating yourself, because people will only do what you allow them to do. Three, don't be afraid to say no. No is a complete sentence. I had to stop uh, being a yes woman. I had to stop giving explanations or giving excuses or giving rebuttals in terms of saying no, but what I can do is this. No is no. Four, speak up when something doesn't feel right. Five, don't be afraid to ask for help. Six, take time for yourself and don't feel guilty about it. Like, Tuesdays are my day off, and I still need to do a better job of what my Tuesdays consist of. Putting my phone on do not disturb need be, unless it's an emergency regarding my husband or my children. Um, making sure that if I do pick up my phone, that I don't take too much time on the phone with people, because people will be people and they only, again, will do what you allow them to do. You have to make sure that you set some limitations for yourself so you also can share those same things with other people. So don't be afraid, which is number 7. Don't be afraid to set limits. Number 8, respect other people's boundaries. Like, we got to do our part too. I mentioned the word reciprocity early on, but what I need you to understand is that in order for you to be respected in terms of the boundaries you set for yourself, you also have to respect other people's boundaries as well. Number 9, listen to your intuition. Man, God did not give you this level of wisdom and courage and strength and your gut only for you to misuse it and abuse it. And this is for me. I've seen in the last 6-7 months how I didn't trust my intuition. I didn't listen to myself, and it panned out to be something very disheartening. So please trust yourself. 10, don't be afraid to take risk. I left my job, my full-time position, over almost a year ago. It'll be a year next month, where I was making great money. The benefits were phenomenal, and I had no clue that, fast forward to end of August, beginning of September, to the end of September, that my life would take a turn for what I deem the worst. And so I'm still proud of myself for taking the risk that I took, because had I not, I wouldn't be able to be present the way that I am, because we live in a world now that we work these full-time positions and they don't care about your family dynamics. They don't care about emergencies. They don't care about your grieving process. They might give you so much time off, but then you have to get right back into the flow, and we're human. That's a whole nother discussion too. Like, just keep all this in mind about all these discussions we need to have, because these sidebars are really evident. But last but not least, by setting healthy boundaries, you can create a space for yourself that allows you to take care of your needs and be respected by others. So, when that's all said and done, do you think you'll give this a try? Set some healthy boundaries for yourself. Make sure you save this for later. Make sure you share this. And then also comment. Let me know how you feel. Follow me on Instagram at Dr. Shaniqua Jones, or better yet, Purple Path by Dr. J, on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow me in terms of going to my website, www.purplepathbydrj.com. And then also to join our text community, which you can find all that information on social media. And then we have some upcoming events that I definitely would love to have you be a part of, which is our very first annual healing retreat. It's going to be amazing. April 22nd and 23rd, 2023, at the Tinley Park Convention Center. It is all about healing the whole woman. I thank you for your time. My name is Dr. Shaniqua Jones. God is.